How's it going, everybody? Anthony here from CNN underscore fitness 90. So I know what you all are thinking. You guys are probably thinking like, dude, what happened to this guy? He ain't doing his testimony no more, you know? You're probably thinking like, yo, if you were working out, you're probably like, I'm trying to crush excuses and he ain't doing videos no more. What happened? Let me fill you in with what happened, right? So I was driving. I was driving my scooter. I was on an electric scooter. I was driving towards the gym on Grand Canyon and Tropicana. I was crossing. This is exactly what I remember, right? Which I feel it's a blessing because let me tell you why. I was literally on the light, and what I heard was like, that's the sound that the light makes to know blind people, like, okay, it's good to cross, you know? So when I heard that, I was like, alright, so I could cross. I'm like, but I thought that was last minute because when I looked straight, I did see the little red hand saying stop. But when I saw that, I was like, I looked left, I looked right, I saw no car, so I'm like, it's time to go. So I took off, I started going, and then at that point, that's when I'm not sure if the light turned green, and it was all last minute type thing, like really last minute type thing. And when I turned to the left, I saw a car coming at me, and I was like, ooh, and he slowed down, and he just slowed down and stopped, and I was just like, and he honked at me, and I was just like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, pulled out my hand, and then from there, I ended up looking to the right, and there was a BMW and a white big old truck. And when I saw them, I'm like, oh, well, they're stopped. I'm pretty sure they would have stopped because the light had just turned green, like I said. So at that point, I'm like, let me cross before them. So, you know, I started going, and as I started going, I turned to the right again. At that point, that's when it hit me and it blacked out. When I blacked out, all I remember, these are little parts, little scenes that I remember in my head. At that part, I hear somebody, they're like, are you okay? And I was like, nah, I need an ambulance. And I was on the ground, laying down. According to my brother, what happened was I got hit. I rolled onto the hood. When the guy noticed that, he broke. And I rolled off the hood. And my head hit on the blacktop. And I ended up pretty much, I was out. Like I said, I don't remember seeing the person. I don't remember what happened as far as that. I just remember little clicks. And I didn't even open my eyes when they asked me like, what, are you alright? And I was like, nah, I need an ambulance. And they're just like, no problem, hold tight, there's one on the way. I was like, alright. And then from there, I think I had blacked out again, and then I remember opening my eyes a little bit, and I see the ambulance like taking everything off me. They were stripping me down, you know, in the ambulance. And at that point, I was like, you got my phone? They're like, oh yeah, here you go. And when they gave me my phone, at that point I called my mom. They transported me to UMC, the hospital here, the hospital that saved my life the first time. They transferred me there. When they transferred me there, I was there 2 days, and they were drugging me up, you know, putting morphine on me, going to take X-rays to check everything that happened to me. Which that's when the doctors found out that I fractured my tibia, I fractured my lower spine, which is pretty much the tailbone, and I broke 3 parts of my hip. So let me tell you, that was the worst pain I've ever been in my life. In my life. Yeah, I did go through it the first time, but the pelvis healed wrong, and that's why I needed to go and have a hip replacement later on. You know, but it hurt a lot. I couldn't turn to the side. I couldn't even move one single leg. It was so painful. I'm telling you, I could not move one single leg, and I didn't even want to do nothing. And then until the therapist from UMC came, and they're like, all right, come on, let's stand you up. But they don't know my condition, you know. So they made me stand up when I had a fractured foot, which was dumb for them to stand me up because at that point, doctors told me you can't put weight on it for about, you know, it turned out it's for about 2 months, but it began with 1 month of healing before they gave me another month and told me that it was going to take another month to heal 100%. Not 100%, but to keep healing. And as we speak, I got a doctor's appointment December 12, 2022, and I'm hoping for the best wishes for God to do His part and for everything to go good, and for them to tell me, all right, you're good to start putting weight on your leg again. And I'm just hoping for that because I know that from the beginning, I know that God's been on my side, and that's just because I realized I could have been dead. I realized I could have lost my memory. I could have probably woke up and been like, look at my brother and my mom like, who are these people, you know? So that's when you start counting your blessings. When you get close to death like that, or when you realize like what you can lose, that's so important, you know? So I mean, at the end of the day, I was just like, man, I gotta be thankful, and I gotta praise God every single day, because He's the one that still has me here, and that's what shows me I have a purpose. And I know that my purpose is probably to impact the world, to change the world with my story. You know, I've been in a car accident that literally I was 3 months in coma. I was fighting to start walking after that car accident. Then next thing you know, I was so close to merging to the cane, and boom, I ended up getting hit by a car and go right back to square zero. That I'm in the wheelchair as we speak. But my faith is just so high, and my drive is so high that I'm like, nope, gotta keep fighting. I'm young, I'm single, I got a long life ahead of me, and I got goals to achieve. So I'm gonna reach those goals, and never give up and keep fighting for where I get to in life. And that's always my effort, my hard work, and my consistency. You know, your drive can take you so far in life as long as you don't give up. But that was the reason for the pause, that I haven't made another video. But once I get back home, I will continue making the videos and continue my testimony, because I know exactly where I left off, and I'm going to continue from where I left off. So if you have watched that video, then perfect, and stay tuned for the new ones that are coming up, right? Thank you so much. You already know, CNM_fitness90. Alright, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Snapchat, everywhere you could look it up. You subscribe and check out the journey too. Check out what these bad boys do. Thanks so much. Anthony out.